What you are listening to is Conditions. The artist is Kanz. I am your host, Ibrahim Khider, and this is Feedback Monitor. track was called Coming For You by Cincinnati, Ohio-based Mos Emvy, aka Ibrahim Khider, off the Faded EP on the Bloc Sonic label. And Bloc Sonic is based out of Maine, New England, a net label who releases music under a Creative Commons license, backend hosted by the mighty archive.org. And you are listening to Feedback Monitor. I am your host, Ibrahim Khider, posted on Chain D.L.K, our new host and provider. Chain D.L.K is an online music magazine started by Mark Urselli, a full-time professional studio engineer by day, and who still runs Chain D.L.K Nights. And Chain D.L.K covers all variations of electronic and experimental music, including IDM/EDM, industrial, ambient, techno, and so on. You can stream episodes of Feedback Monitor directly from the site, with a download option coming later on. And this episode of Feedback Monitor was brought to you by Avant.io. Avant.io is a Toronto, Canada-based software development firm. They deal with mobile apps, APIs, and they help transition companies into the digital domain, from big business to institutions. In their words, Avant.io empowers consumer experiences, better living through apps. And among the technologies Avant.io deals with, augmented reality, business intelligence, mobile and web app development, user interface and design, and system architecture. Avant.io. We open up this episode with Conditions by Kanz off the Remind Me Tomorrow full length on the Mahorka label. Kanz is Kaloyan Gavrilov from Lulin, Sofia, Bulgaria. And Conditions apparently is a collection of musical sketches or ideas, especially for live performances. But in this case, the sketches and ideas are fleshed out well enough to be an album. And at least for this listener, the album is comprehensive, has a lot of exciting ideas, and spans a lot of genres. A very enjoyable listen. And the label Mahorka is a net label who releases under a Creative Commons license and uses the mighty archive.org as a media backend. Mahorka is run by Ivo Petrov. The following track was Uwavsker by Jakob Thiesen off the Polikrom release, available on Bandcamp, and not on any label that I am aware of. Jakob Thiesen is a full-time sound designer who works for major video game companies such as Ubisoft. He has a YouTube channel for this release where he provides animations for each track. I guess you'd call them music videos, and this will be linked to the episode. And Jakob Thiesen is a considerable talent. I've been listening to his releases for at least a couple of decades, and it's interesting and dismaying that he's not signed to any label. Perhaps labels are not the end-all be-all for the currently empowered artist who has things like Bandcamp to turn to get direct support. But it would be nice if Jakob Thiesen would be put on a label. And if you're a label runner, seriously consider this artist. In addition to excellent techno, Jakob Thiesen also does field recordings. If you visit his Bandcamp page, he has some really nice stuff. I field recordings of Peru from one of his journeys out in South America. After that, we heard Errors of Conclusion by Tangent off the Evolutionary Cycles release on the N5MD label. Tangent are Ralph van Reyendem and Robert Koch from Holland, the Netherlands. Both are sound designers and engineers respectively, and N5MD is the excellent Oakland, California-based label that releases emotional experiments in music. After that, we heard Surface by Eko Fisk off the Atoll album on the Silent Flow net label. Eko Fisk has no known name, but apparently is based out of Staffordshire, United Kingdom. And whereas Silent Flow is based out of Chisinau, Moldova, and they're a net label who releases under a Creative Commons license, backend through archive.org. And we ended the set with Coming For You by Mos Emvy off the Faded release. And Ibrahim Khider is based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and releases on the Bloc Sonic net label, who are based out of Maine, New England. So I've had some disagreements with some magazines about Mos Emvy. Some feel that he's hip-hop and shouldn't be showcased on an electronic music netcast, but I feel Mos Emvy is kind of the melding of electronic music and hip-hop. And there's something in the production that makes me feel that this is more than just your conventional hip-hop music. And if you listen to his other releases, you'll feel that this guy is coming from a bit different angle than your conventional hip-hop artist, because his father is an electronic music producer who is also into industrial, with bands like Nine Inch Nails. So there's something to be said for that influence. Now, the retro segment. Essentially, that's where we play older electronic music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 1990s, which I consider to be the golden age of electronic music. And this track is called Dahlia by Human Mesh Dance off the Hyaline album on Instinct label. More after the track. and that track was Dahlia by Human Mesh Dance off the Hyaline album on Instinct Records, released in 1993. And I happened to pick up this disc at a hole-in-the-wall CD shop back in the mid-1990s for about $5 out of a used bin. And little did I know that I actually made a really good score. That Human Mesh Dance is alias to Taylor Dupree, an artist who now runs the 12K label and 12K mastering. And Taylor Dupree goes under many aliases, including SETI with fellow traveler Savassi Satis, Foutique, also with Savassi Satis, and Savassi Satis is a considerable talent in his own right, who releases many great techno albums. Taylor Dupree also goes under Prototype 909, among other aliases. So a favorite artist, and I guess one of the producers of the Golden Age. And Instinct Records put out many fantastic releases and is home to many great artists. I guess their biggest claim to fame was releasing the first Moby album before Moby moved on to Elektra Records and subsequently other labels. And now we're entering the second half of Feedback Monitor on the ambient atmospheric tip. Track is called Diving into the Stars by Midnat off the Small Things in Life album on Stasis Recordings. Immerse and enjoy. last track was Morning Light Part 3 by Lisa Belladonna off of the Morning Light release on the Behind the Sky label. The track is an excerpt from a live performance where visual artist Alicia Jean Vanderelli composed a painting while Lisa Belladonna composed music. And Morning Light is apparently the first in a trilogy. And prior to Lisa Belladonna, we've heard Le Vol des Sorcières by artist Ibrahim Fogg off of the Metamorphosis release, which makes me think of Kafka somehow. Anyway, this is a self-released album, surprisingly enough. You'd figure a label would be involved with something complex as this. Not that there needs to be. It's fine when artists go solo on this. And Ibrahim Fogg is alias to the multi-award-winning Grégoire Vaillant and Charles-Edouard Danglitzer, and the audiovisual duo who soundtracks films. And Metamorphosis is a horror film about French artist Olivier de Sagazan, and the short film can be seen on Vimeo, and I'll link it to the site so you can view orchestral/electronic piece. And I like that. I like that merging of electronics and orchestral. Goes very well together. And the atmospheric segment of Feedback Monitor opened up with Diving into the Stars by Midnat off the Small Things in Life album on Stasis Recordings. Midnight is Kenneth Werner Jensen from Bonholm, Denmark, and Midnight means midnight, and Stasis is a Toronto-based net label. A gorgeous, lush, atmospheric, vaporous, beautiful ambient techno release. And this episode was also brought to you by Nelson Naturals. When you pick up a toothbrush from your local drugstore, 99.9% of the toothbrushes that are available for sale tend to be plastic. As for the very first toothbrush that was ever manufactured and consumed, it's still there in the dumps, and it won't be decomposing anytime soon for the next at least century or so. So enter companies like Nelson Naturals, who offer eco-friendly, zero-waste dental products. That includes toothbrushes, which are bamboo-based, 100% biodegradable, and zero-waste toothpaste. You have these little jars that are fully recyclable. You can use it yourself or bring to your recycling facility, and you have a choice of powder that you can dip your brush into and brush your teeth, or pills that you can chew, grind with your teeth, and your saliva interacts with the pills to kind of bubble up and become a kind of toothpaste. Unlike conventional toothpaste tubes, which also leaves waste behind, dental products are something we use every day. We're really generating so much waste that our planet is literally choking on it. And it's time for us as a human race to transition, and Nelson Naturals is one company to help facilitate this transition from a wasteful industry to a zero-waste industry. Feedback Monitor offers you the coupon code FEEDBACK. Use coupon code FEEDBACK when placing an order to get 20% off your first order. It's time to leave the supermarket waste and exploitation-based industry and embrace sustainability and fair trade and fair labor practices. And now we're going to conclude this episode of Feedback Monitor with Near Dark by Jason Van Wyck off the Threads release on N5MD. Jason Van Wyck is a Cape Town, South Africa-based artist who started off making trance music in the early 2000s before transitioning into soundtracking for films, such as Triggered, a horror film released in 2020, among other films and documentaries, and he also makes some fantastic ambient music. More on this artist in future episodes, but right now, here's a Near Dark, and that was this episode of Feedback Monitor. Thank you for listening to our debut on Chain D.L.K. Stay tuned for next week. We're a new episode installment, and hopefully at our best we'll expose you to music you would not have otherwise. I'm your host, Ibrahim Khider. Thank you for listening.